What up, everybody, it's your boy, Goosebumps Chin here, aka Just for a second, back on another video, guys, you know it. Anyways, guys, today, like I said it again, I'm doing two videos. This will be the fourth and almost final video. Tomorrow will be Seed of Chucky movie review. So, like I said in my last video, my favorites in the Child's Play series have gone like this up until 5 and 6. Or was it, no, 6 and 7. It was 2, 3, or Child's Play 2, Child's Play 3, Bride, Seed. Actually, Child's Play 3 is in the third spot, in the first spot, and Child's Play 2 is just in the second one. Bride is in the third spot. Seed is in the fourth spot. And Curse is actually next to Bride. And then Seed, Cult is like close. I don't know where Cult is yet exactly. It might be the 5th spot or the 6th. I don't know. But today I'm not talking about the Cult or Seed. I'm talking about Bride. So let's get into this movie review of Bride of Chucky. So basically, the movie starts off at a precinct in a prison, or a jailhouse, or whatever you want to call it, or in a locker evidence room that has actually a lot of, it's funny, it has freaking references to other horror movie characters. So they got Michael Myers' mask, Leatherface's chainsaw, Freddy's claws, Jason's mask and machete, I believe. The hockey mask and machete. I believe they also show you Hannibal Lecter's mouth guard, or face mouth, or mouth guard thing, but that's all I'm not sure exactly. By the way, that's also another character I like. Hannibal Lecter, awesome character and villain from. He's more of an anti-hero. He's not really of a villain, though. Yeah, he eats people, but he usually eats bad people. So, or people who at least deserve to get killed. But, you know, whatever. Anyways, back to the video I was saying. So, basically, this cop basically breaks the law, steals what's left of Chucky's remains, or body parts, after I guess you could say 3. Originally, you would see it, think of it as 3, but it's actually what's what's left of it after Cole, which makes no sense at all to me. But you know, whatever. So Chucky or after Seed, or after Curse. Anyway, so Chucky ends up going or Tiffany ends up cutting the cop's throat. It was the one that she made a deal with, and she takes Chucky home, stitches them up back together, and tries to bring him back to life by reading the funniest thing ever I've seen was I wish if this is their actual book, and they had that passage in there. I wanted to see this book. It's Voodoo for Dummies, and it has Chucky's, Ade Dewey Dambala, give me the power I beg of you. Ade Dewey Dambala. And then he says, today, I can't do the rest part, but the Ade Dewey Dambala part I can do, because that's Latin, so I don't know what the rest of it is, for sure. But on today are more. I can't even say the last part. But I can do it. It's Ade Dewey Dambala is the first part, and there's anyway. So Chucky basically is there, and there's a lot of Kobo lines I like in this film. One of the Kobo lines I like is when Tiffany's you could say boyfriend, but really they never really fucked or slept together, so they're not really his boyfriend, is making fun of Chucky while he's on his back, and they're gonna have like a what you call a threesome. And he says, I doubt this. Chucky says, or the boyfriend says, I doubt he had the penis or whatever you want to call it, the dick, to please you. And Chucky's head turns around and says, "Ain't the size that matters, buddy. It's what you do with it that counts." And that's when he basically kills him by ripping out his. Well, he doesn't really kill him by ripping out his lip ring, but he rips out his lip ring and then suffocates him to death with a, technically strangling him, which would be considered strangling, I guess, with a pillow. Then another funny scene I like, even though it's kind of mean, is when Tiffany says, "I've been in love with, like, we're gonna get married finally," and he gives him, and he says, "I still have the ring you gave me from that night you got shot down." Like, "Oh, that ring? Yeah, I gave it to, what's it called? I gave it to I got it from what's his name? This one woman that he killed and threw into a river." And he says, "Yeah, that was worth like 4 or 5 grand easy." And he's like, "So you never meant to get to propose to me?" And he just starts laughing. "You thought we were gonna." and she does assume a mistake and puts him in a playpen for a kid. There's another funny scene where he's playing with a speaking spell, and it asks him to spell the word woman. So he writes the word bitch, and then and it says, "Wrong. That is not the correct spelling of the word woman." And he throws the thing in my dictionary. It is what he says. I think it's what he says. I'm not sure. I know they had a novelization of that book, and I've read it, or that film, and I've read it before, and that's what he says in my definition, in my dictionary. It's what it, or vocabulary is what it is. Okay, I guess what he says. Anyways, at one point he ends up escaping by Tiffany puts a doll inside the wedding doll, and it comes with 2 rings, or one of the rings, or 2 rings, I don't know, a ring. And he uses the ring to basically edge out the wooden bars to basically break out. And he kills Tiffany, and then switches her body inside a doll. Same doll that she brought, the wedding doll thing. And side story time, there's a lover couple who the girl's uncle is basically the chief of police, or the police commissioner, or whatever you want to call it. And he's a fucking dick, because he just doesn't he doesn't care about love at all. He's like, "Oh, this guy's an asshole." Actually, the guy, from the first moment when I first saw the film when I was like 10, Bride of Chucky, and yes, I was like 11 when I first saw Bride of Chucky. I actually liked the guy that he said that he was an asshole, and he wasn't an asshole. He was a nice guy. I hated the uncle. The uncle was a dick. That's what I was saying. So then basically Chuck and Tiffany and this guy that they call a dick are like, you could say, neighbors. They live in a trailer park. And what I found interesting about Tiffany in the series is she's more compassionate than Chucky is. Like, Chucky's more like, how do you say it? Like, doesn't care about love and shit, but Tiffany does, and she respects love and like talks about it. And I do agree with one statement in the story, and that's what Tiffany said about what her mother says, is that if you cook and clean for a man, or cook for a man, the least he can do is to do the dishes. And I agree with that one. If the girlfriend cooks for me, I will clean dishes if that's the case. But she never really cooks for me, so yeah. And I think it should be fair vice versa. So if the man cooks for the woman, then the woman should clean the dishes. But whatever. Some people don't see it that way. Whatever. Anyway, so back to the thing. So basically, the murder list goes like this. It's technically there's the uncle, who, by the way, gets stabbed with pins with needle or what do they call it, fucking nails into his face. And Charlie says, "Where have I seen this before?" It's another reference to the Pinhead. By the way, I fucking hate Pinhead. Not because he's scary, but he annoys the crap out of me. And I've seen every film ever in the Hellraiser trilogy and still don't like it. Except for one that's technically rated, and it's called The Void. It's related to the Hellraiser trilogy. Great film. Absolutely loved it. The reason why is Pinhead's not even fucking in it. That's why I like it. And actually, it's actually legit a little terrifying or kind of spooky. The Void. There's another scene, there's another film. Another scene. Another victim would be the cop that was always sent by the uncle to basically stop the kids from partying every time. He gets blown up. Actually, the nail thing actually didn't kill him, which is interesting. I don't know why it didn't kill him originally. It woke, like, was he knocked out or, like he just stood there for a long ass time, and then basically he gets stabbed to death 39 times, and then dies finally. Another victim would be the couple in the honeymoon suite that steal money and the ring from, what's his name? Crap. From the couple they're trying to get married and elope. The best scene in this, I would say, is when Chucky has sex with Tiffany, and Tiffany says, "Chucky, do you have a rubber?" And he says, "My whole entire body's made out of rubber. I thought it was made out of plastic. Tiffany, just kiss me, please." Well, he doesn't say please. He just, "Tiffany, just kiss me." That's the scene. And then another good scene in this film is probably when another death is actually the gay best friend for both the lover couple, because it thinks at one point that they had murdered their uncle, and he runs out into traffic and gets startled by Chucky and Tiffany, who put the gun on and says, "Shut the fuck up and move," and he gets them set down on traffic, and a truck basically plows into him, killing him instantly. And then another death is two deaths are two elderly couple who they steal an RV from. And this is also the time that they give birth. I don't know how. Like, usually giving birth takes, getting pregnant takes 9 months to be complete. Well, she did it in overall, it's only like a week, maybe even 3 days. So I'm guessing like maybe voodoo. Oh, then again, voodoo does have a different spot. They didn't really do any spell or voodoo magic on it. Anyways, that's it for this video, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video, guys.